ですか?
Well, it seems at least 5 of you liked that last video, so I guess I'll take a look at some more monster toys of dubious origin. Just gonna say it up front, do not buy these. The prices are too good to be true. This video and the prior one double as both entertainment and a PSA. I'm here to point and laugh at these. So let's just jump right into it. So our first item for today is that little fella. It is a diorama of Gigan, and it came with this. This is a sort of a little piece of road. You place him on it, and supposedly he'll stay on it, but like the bottom part, it's kind of like that. Maybe if I do it like this. I mean, kind of. Maybe it's like this. Oh, well. It's disassembling in my hands, alright. How is this supposed to go? This little half of a meatball came in like this. I'm sorry about that, guy again. Wow, I'm a fucking moron. You're supposed to do it. You're supposed to do it like this, but also any amount of pressure will make it fall. So, you know, don't do anything to it. I had to assemble this Gigan piece by piece, so any amount of fidgeting with it, he'll just come right apart. I assume this is how they assembled him when they took whatever biological organism he used to be and turned him into a cyborg. But yeah, let's focus on the individual details. The buzzsaw is quite fucked up. I don't think this thing is going to be slicing into any buildings efficiently. You put it on a shelf because it looks good, and you want to show off a cool set piece. Unfortunately, this doesn't look good, nor can you really show off the set piece. The fins are the worst part. The back fin, the fucking back fin, it can never go in. See that little slot in there? That's supposed to be where this goes. It just can't go in there, it's too flimsy. So what I've done up until now is kind of have these two bits, since they're so tight, just have them clamped together to hold this in. That doesn't always work, and that doesn't always work. I can't remember how much this was, but needless to say, probably worth the price that it was. This is a Bandai toy. I've had this one for years. I mean, it's not really a fair comparison because this is so tiny and this is so big, but like you get what this is supposed to look like, right? This is my son, and I love him very much, even though he is deformed. I appreciate it, Father. I love you too. And yeah, look at that. The left mandible is kind of going into his mouth, so if he closed it, he would be chewing on it. Certainly a diorama figure. Let's get this bastard out of here. Quick update, if you remember the last video, I got this ridiculous stretchy Ultraman jack. Since then, the paint on the body has flaked off, so, you know, even the best product from the last video isn't safe from the hands of time. Now this is a figure of the character Ultraman Nexus, or it's the second form of Ultraman Nexus. It's his Junis form? Jaundice? I forget the name of it. And you know, I like Nexus. It's a cool show. Now this is just listed as an action figure, but by the looks of it, it seems to be a bootleg of the Ultra Act figure that was made for Nexus. I ordered this one from Anine Time Boy Toy Store, so you know, the best retailer. I bought it like almost a year ago along with the Gigan one, so until the others arrived I've just had it spider walking in my cabinet. I'm gonna try to set him up here. Okay, you good? Okay, I'm gonna go get a stand. Now this figure actually came with a box, and the box looks like this. No logo, no title, nothing, it's just a picture of the figure. Now that looks like an Ultraman Jaundice if I've ever seen one. Now looking at the back here, you can see that they're struggling to replicate the Nexus beam pose, so you know, that's a great sign already. Even the plastic feels like shit. The beam feels a little... Yeah, that's probably how he did it. You can't really pull it back very... Oh, okay. Problem is his arms don't go far enough to complete the pose. There's a bit of tension there, like this part is blocking it from going all the way up. So this is as far up as the beam pose goes. Let's try another one. How is this supposed to go on? How's he supposed to hold this? Genuinely, how is this supposed to... Which hand is supposed to take it? It doesn't really fit into these ones. I struggled with it for a bit, but I eventually figured out they're supposed to go on like this. Even the back of the box kind of has a demonstration. And I think this is supposed to represent like the first part of the wind-up of Nexus doing his beam, but it's not conveyed very well. I had no idea what this was supposed to be originally. I think this is more of a failing of the original Ultra Act figure than the bootleg. Like, they were dealt a bad hand. Very difficult to convey what that's supposed to be. Let's just say it goes around his neck. Yeah, that fits. That's the sign of quality right there. Bolts in the back. It's like a face going, ooh, I'm a mutated freak. For the love of God, end me. I was actually gonna bring in an SH Figure Arts for size comparison, so let's do that. This is the SH Figure Art that I have for Ultraman Geed. This one is actually official. But yeah, as you can see, this bootleg, or the thing that it's at least based on, is a bit taller than SH Figure Arts. These stand at least an inch taller. Here's a fun thing you can do with the legs. You can have his legs bend like a satyr. I'd post a reference picture of what a satyr is, but for whatever reason, a lot of historical art of it shows its dick out, so here's an artistic rendition by me, minus the dick. And I guess, yeah, in terms of articulation, this isn't bad for, like, a toy that you give to children. His eyes are even kind of bloodshot. But, you know, if you're looking for something that can accurately replicate the poses that you'd want for an Ultraman Nexus figure, then nah, this isn't gonna cut it. Also, don't give this to a child. There's probably something toxic in the paint they used. Actually, I can't believe I didn't have this idea before. I decided to perform a lead test on both this and the Gigan toy. Both came up negative. That's actually somewhat shocking. I also made sure to test the accessories on Nexus, just to be safe. In fact, I decided to go back and test the toys from the last video, and tragically, the single one that turned up positive was Clump. Our beloved Clump Scringly. I can't believe I trusted you. Alright, moving on. This was certainly a purchase. Why don't you just mosey on out of here?
Nexus.
Alright, for this next one, we've got a mystery package. Ooh, what's in it? Let's find out. I already know because I'm the one who bought it, but let's entertain this question for a moment. Okay, try to feel it out here, make sure I'm not cutting into it. It's pink. That's not a kaiju. That's right, idiot. You've been duped. This isn't a kaiju exclusive video. It's also about Mochi the Rock. Something's going on with that forehead. It's way too big. It's like she's got a case of 5-head. Now, I was immediately skeptical of this one because I got it for like $2. And honestly, I was expecting worse. I mean, she looks a bit off in subtle ways. Let's actually look at the face a little more here. She looks, somewhat lacking in personality. I'd also argue it's still in character for Bochi's face to be a little, screwed up. I mean, yeah, for the price this is at, I'd say it represents who it is pretty well. The timidness of the character is accurately conveyed. Again, there's just something about the face I'm bothered by. She's got her silly little side ahoge. That's Bochi. For the price this is at, this is actually pretty good for what this is. There's not much else to say, it's Bochi. Alright, this next item I am very curious about. The listing online purports to be an SH Figure Art, or it just says SHF because they don't really know what that stands for. It cost $9, which is a little bit less than the Nexus figure, so I'm very curious as to what this is. Let's just start this. Okay. I don't know if this is an SH Figure Art. No, it doesn't quite look the part. The listing for this has gone down, so that should tell you everything about how legitimate their operation was. That is not an SH Figure Art. That's right, this is Ultraman Mebius. Video never. That's actually a joke. I'm in the process of watching through the show and taking notes. I mean... this looks like an alien pretending to be Mebius. It's got the basic strokes. Oh, his hand opens. His hand opens, and there's a visible screw. So, you know, that's pretty good. His leg bends pretty well, also visible screw. Oh my god, the accessories are flying everywhere. His hand isn't even the right color. I guess because they're repurposing other Ultraman hand assets and their hands are silver, but not this one's. It's the sword! It's the sword! It's the laser sword! I mean, yeah, if you told me to look at this and tell me which Ultraman this was, I'd say, yeah, that's Mebius. But, just barely. It meets the bare minimum qualifications for what Mebius looks like. We got screws on the back, everyone! We got screws on the back. I know that's like a common thing in toys, but generally that's a part of toy design. You gotta hide the fact that you're playing... You gotta hide the fact that you're playing with, this is Mebius's transformation device. It is way too big for this. It is way too big for this figure. Even the box shows him wearing the bracelets, you know, like they're normal sized. But nope, for the actual figure, they are comically oversized. Ooh, it's a thumbs up. Great job, buddy. We love you. You're doing a good job. I mean, it being held together on ball joints, I mean, that gives it a little more. Even the feet are on ball joints. That gives it a little extra. That gives it a little something extra in terms of posability. Orewa. The best. Let's bring out Nexus for comparison. They both roughly stand the same height, but Mebius is obviously a different thing. At least Nexus has the mold of a good figure. While poor Mebius, I think he might be an original creation, or at the very least based on a toy I'm not completely familiar with. Great job, buddy. You're my best friend. I was expecting something much worse, and honestly, I wanted something much worse. You know why? I'm gonna break the illusion a little bit here for you. None of these segments were recorded in order. This segment, this is the last one I have to film. I waited a fucking extra 2 weeks for this piece of shit. You dare come to my house, and you don't even give me anything to work with. You piece of fuck. But great job, though. You did a good job. Come on. Put him out of his misery. Put him out of his misery. As for the lead test, I don't know. Again, this was all filmed out of order. I've run out of lead tests at this point, so I guess I'll just die. Okay, on to the next one. It's another mystery gift. What could this one be? I already know. Again, let's just tease this tension a little bit. This feels too thin for what I'm thinking it is. Oh my god. This was a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. That's right! It's another Bochi! Can you tell that I liked Bochi the Rock? Yeah, I was expecting this one to be bigger than the last one. This one's face is even more, bewildered. Oh. It looks especially fucked from this angle. Holy shit. But I mean, the rest of it seems fine. The backpack has those wrinkles to it. Yeah, that's Bochi. The little side ahoge, it's all wilted and pathetic. Like, look at look at that. It's like whatever 3D modeling software they were using skimped out there. Again, I can't get over how this was the better deal. Bochi is in my house now. I'm gonna have to perform the lead test to see if she stays. Lead test results, both negative. Fun fact, the listing for the backpack Bochi has gone down, so I think that should tell you everything about how legitimate that operation was. Moving on. And here we go. It says it right there on the tin. It's Mechagodzilla from Godzilla vs. Kong 2021. This is the incarnation of Mechagodzilla that goes... The listing online, it said that it came in a color called Godzilla. That's fun. And yes, the box did actually come in like this. it's pretty obvious, but this is a bootleg of the SH Monster Arts Mechagodzilla design. So let's just start opening it. I hope the plastic saved it during the trip. Here it is. It looks promising so far. I mean, yeah. This was also the most expensive item that I bought. It was $24. I like the feeling of the tail. It's not as rigid as most Monster Arts tails. Okay, how do you assemble this? Barely. Oh. Alright. This is what I get for saying it looked promising. That'll just have to do for now. He can do a stanky leg, but he can't bend it all the way back. Every, like, little piece of this feels like it's about to fall off. Good fucking god. Well, now you can't say it's not accurate to the real thing. SH Monster Arts fall apart all the time. I don't know what these are supposed to be. Oh, are they like replacements for the hands so we can do different things? Okay. Yeah, that's the thing with this Mechagodzilla. If you took one part off of it and like tried looking at each part individually, you wouldn't know what is what. I like how it articulates. I mean, this is fairly accurate to the film. He can do goofy shit. I wonder how much of that is a testament to how good the SH Monster Arts figure is, or how good this one is. I've never really minded this look for Mechagodzilla. I get where the criticisms are coming from. It's very busy and ugly, but that's kinda what I like about it. These big-ass construction crane hands and the bulky look. It makes it look like something that was made for function over form. I get the creative decision here, and I kinda like it. It's inelegant, and it's dumb, and it's loud, which is a not too inaccurate description of the movie it's from. I'm not a creature designer, I think it's fine. Trust me, there are more egregious issues with that movie. But yeah, I don't really mind this look for Mechagodzilla. Let's try to take out one of the hands. I'm kind of afraid to, though. Okay, it pops off quite easily. Yeah, I guess this would be for when he's holding something. Let me get something real quick. Alright, let's see if he can hold this better than Nexus can. Yeah, he can. Haha, fool. I can hold this much better than you can. I'm not in the mood right now, man. I just broke my legs. I need to go to the hospital. Now we're having difficulties putting this back on. Awesome! Lovely! Let's bring in the Monsterverse Godzilla for comparison. This is the 2019 figure, by the way. I don't have the one for 2021, but I don't mind because they gave him weird toothpaste mouth. It's fitting that I have a bootleg of a Mechagodzilla figure because, in a way, Mechagodzilla is a bootleg of the real thing. He had to do it to him. I hope nobody beats me over the head with their big mechanical hands. Oh, how unfortunate. He can do the splits, kind of. I feel like if I did it too much, he would break. It feels like every little piece of this is going to fall off. Like this, I'm sure was connected to something at some point. It's not anymore. Yeah, goddamn. This actually kind of works. It's actually kind of sexy. I mean, what? They probably have some like elastic thing in here that's making it move around. Like let's compare it to this. This feels a lot more rigid, whatever's in here. With a Monster Arts figure, there's always that concern that the tail is just gonna snap off. I don't know how many more times I can say it, but yeah, this looks pretty good standing next to the real thing. Time will tell if the material on this starts to coagulate, because I've seen reports of bootleg figures like this not surviving in the air for very long. I'm sure I huffed in a bunch of dangerous chemicals opening this thing anyways. Do not worry. I am not your enemy. We must team up and defeat the evil. I feel like a kid again. Huzzah! As for Mechagodzilla's lead test, negative. I tested him twice just to be sure. That's it. There wasn't really some grand message I wanted to give at the end. Obviously, there are risks to buying from sites like Temu and AliExpress. I just wanted to showcase what I found this time. This was both an act of personal use and entertainment. It's been a couple weeks since I've gotten some of these, so it's nice that the Mechagodzilla hasn't completely disintegrated. That was probably the best thing from this video. Oh yeah, I'm probably sick now. Half of these had warnings attached to them. Thanks for watching! And of course, a shout out to the top patrons, who, in addition to the other patrons, help make videos like this one possible. Kidorian, Morales, Scooter Jit, Mago Muddy, Chris Space Cowboy, Ceratophrys, Lobotomy Blues, Cool Bell Zero, Pack Jeff, Johnny Hedgewolf, Eric Guzda, Germplity Tinglefoogle, Janos Firewalker, Easterman, Macho Mantis, Jackson Flint, Manila Fan, Sampai, Golden Made Me an Ultraman Fan, Navik15, Jacob Hinch, Dude Bro, Alistair Gilmore, Seamus Kelly, Anonymous Euronymous 1349, Fujoshi Urinal, Grazio, Driller, Mulan Nguyen, Irrelevant 402, Krazak 53, Queer Kaiju, Chronicler Waba, Alcoholic Alligators, Ryan Santa Cruz, Avok Robot, The Antagonist, Godzilla Rich, It's God Z, An Actual Dimetrodon, CMG, Red Comet Harry, and Marpzilla. Thank you all very much.